Greetings and welcome back to The Booth, the first and only podcast dedicated solely to WVU women's basketball. I'm Chad Atkins, and I have the extreme pleasure of being joined by none other than the freshman phenom, Jordan J.T. Thomas. And Shane Terrell's here.
And then there's me.
Yeah. We're recording in the basement bar booth of Mario's Fishbowl Suncrest on University Avenue in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the world-famous Fishbowl.
All right.
All right, toast.
Cheers.
Welcome, JT. Welcome to the booth.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
All right, before we get going, I want to give a shout out to our title sponsor, Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical service contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. All right. Thank you, Tri-County. We really appreciate your sponsorship. Get people here like JT here come do the podcast.
Can't do it without them.
No.
Appreciate them.
All right, my first question to you, I've got to say, now we've had several players on here,
Okay.
and all of their questions were no. And I asked you this at Coach Kellogg's Kellogg After Dark thing when you were on there.
Okay.
I asked, did you have a pepperoni roll? And you were like, well, yeah, of course I did. So much praise to you. JJ's been here 3 years, never had one. 4 years, Kai has never had one.
No,
Yeah, they're good stuff, ain't they?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You don't know how that makes Chad pretty happy.
Yes, it does. It's like our, signature, one of our signature, not dish, but treats, I guess,
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
Now, and you guys aren't going to see this out there in podcast world, but I screwed up introducing JT previously, but that was because I'm going to ask this question. Were you ever called JT before coming here?
Yes.
All right. So I thought maybe they just gave you that name because there's another Jordan.
I told them to call me JT.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it worked out well then.
Yeah. All right. Because, the two Jordans and you got two Sydneys.
Yeah.
It's
kind of crazy. So, but we kind of just figured it out.
It worked itself out.
Right.
We had Kayla Scott on here a few weeks ago, and she played high school basketball down in Fort Worth area, kind of close to where you're at.
Yeah.
And we asked her about, did you have any rivals in high school? And she said there was just so many big schools were so close, you almost don't have a rival. Is that true?
That's so true. I mean, Texas high school is just big, and it's like, at this point, everybody's your rival, like from all different types of areas. So it was just like, whoever we play against, they are rival for today. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so different here, I guess.
Yeah. Over here, we got so many things spread out. Well, there's only two high schools here in Morgantown, so they're obviously rivals.
Right.
But you had giant schools within a 15-minute drive of you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That kind of does it there. Now, how special was it? Now, you guys played a lot of games in high school. Your senior year, I think you played like 37 games in the mid-30s up in there.
Yeah, like 30, not 37, but like 32.
32?
Yeah.
Now, and the one thing I saw, it was like you guys finished 13-0 in district. Mm-hmm. Now, the district is everybody right around you there, correct? Yeah. How big of an accomplishment was that for you guys?
I mean, that was like our second year in a row doing that.
So you guys lost one game the year before.
Were we? Oh, well, maybe we were. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but I think what I'm trying to say, we were district champs.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. But I mean, the competition around us wasn't really.
It wasn't that special.
It wasn't that special, but like outside of our area is where we were really like challenged and stuff like that. But like around us, it was just like easy walk in the park.
Yeah.
So, but once we got to like playoffs and stuff, we was like, yeah, it was expected to happen because we didn't really play anybody like in our district. I mean, who doesn't want to go district champs twice?
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm sure it's just such a different structure than what we know of
Or
here.
even used to. And that was something interesting. You went to Hebron High School, which it looks like it's its own little city there, but you lived in Carrollton?
Carrollton, yeah. I live in Carrollton. Hebron resides in like Carrollton. So it's like
that's north of Dallas, right?
Yes. Yeah. North County a little bit.
All right. Well, it's one thing from that area that I didn't know was such a big cultural treat for you ladies until I saw the video when you guys were down on the road in Texas. You guys went to a Buc-ee's and you all got awfully excited about that.
Oh my gosh, where do I even start?
I know. I want to know, what is it? What is it about the joint?
It's just like it has everything you need or you want for like a perfect stop. I mean, they got I don't know. It's just a lot.
They're barbecuing. There's barbecue in the back.
There's literally a guy smoking meat.
Yes. We have like brisket sandwiches. I mean,
they're literally smoking meat at the gas station.
Yes.
At Buc-ee's.
At first, I thought it was weird. Barbecuing at a gas station, I thought it was weird.
And they have like 100 gas pumps too.
It's huge.
Yeah. I've only driven by. I've personally never been inside one, but I've driven by them.
I mean, you guys were jumping up and down. You and who was it? It was Zaya Nugent. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get some of that, some of the brisket. Oh, look at they got the nuts, and look, you're like, oh yeah, the nuts. Those are good. Are they like warmed, like caramelized?
Yes. If you go to Texas or anywhere around the area, you got to stop at Buc-ee's.
All right.
And you got to go inside.
All right.
Yeah, they're making their way here.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be at the Big 12 tournament this year. So, do they have them up there in Kansas? I wonder, Buc-ee's.
That's a southern
I don't
thing.
think so.
It's more of a southwest, southern, south. Oh man, all right. But speaking about big differences, you weren't born and raised in Carrollton, right? You moved there?
I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. So I moved to Carrollton like my freshman year in high school. So I basically grew up like there. But I mean, that's you got part of both St. Louis and I was gonna say I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah. There's got to be a big cultural difference between St. Louis and Texas.
Yeah, it is.
But still, I mean, your entire life before here seems like you've lived in a major metropolitan area. What was it like when you first came here? What was your first perception, or what did you think of Morgantown?
Yeah, when I came here like to visit the school, like the beginning of my senior year, August-ish. I mean, I thought it was beautiful. I mean, the scenery was nice. Everybody around me was nice. I mean, like people around here are very nice, caring. I just liked how it was different, like from
what you were used to. The opposite of what you're used to was an attraction for you for it.
I like how small it is. I mean, it's just, and I like that it's a college town.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like everybody around here like supports the sports. So that was pretty big for me. And yeah, I just wanted a change in scenery. So, yeah.
Well, traveling around or going to different, away games, you've seen, there are some schools that have a lot of support for women's basketball, and then some places they don't. I mean, I feel like we're not on the top level yet, but we're pretty close.
Not really, but we are close.
Yeah,
and I
we're
like
pretty
that.
close.
I mean, it's growing.
Yeah,
day by day. So.
I mean, we're getting hollered and we're loud in there in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
See, you're like, I'm not sure where you guys are. You're gonna know where we're at now because we're right there when you walk out of the tunnel. Or second row on the right there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now you'll always see us. And you'll hear us screaming too. Usually, you'll be like, oh no. It's those guys. We're going to be like embarrassing uncles that are too loud. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear us, wish you'd just shut up. That's probably what'll happen during the games a little
Yeah.
bit. But talk another thing. I mean, you had, McDonald's All American honorable mention, ESPN Top 100 player. So you had a lot of Power Four schools, I'm sure, making you offers.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it anything more than just the change of pace? Was that what primarily brought you to Morgantown? Was the campus, or what was it?
It was just like the relationships I had with the coaches and stuff like that. I'm like a big family person, and I like to be in a good spot with the people I'm going to be around. So they made me feel like this was going to be a good place for me, and like even my teammates made me feel like this was going to be my next home. And I don't know, like I just liked it. I just like it, and I just like the people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Seemed like it was going to work for you, huh?
yeah.
I mean, and it was different than the other schools. I mean, how many? You don't have to say who, but I mean, how many different schools did you make a visit to?
I had made jotted down like a list to like 5-ish schools,
Uh-huh.
and I only visited 3, to be honest. But it was just like
It was just different when he came
it
in compared
was.
to.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you come from a big family. You got a
I
lot
had
of
a lot of siblings.
uh,
About 7 of them. Yeah, we just a big family, and that's
Yeah.
what I like to be around. So
Any other athletes?
my sisters, well, my sister, she plays basketball, and then my brothers, they don't. They didn't really take it serious, but I mean, we could all hoop. Like, we're all kind of like athletic, so
Yeah.
that's where I get my competitive spirit from.
Yeah.
Older brothers.
Yeah.
They never cut you no slack, did they? Out there
Oh,
on the
no.
driveway.
Where do you fall? Are you in the middle or?
I got step siblings, so like I'm in the middle, but like with my mom, I'm her first. So.
Mhm.
But we all family, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
the middle.
Yeah. Now you're really you've been getting a lot of big minutes, this year,
Mhm.
for freshmen particularly. What has been like, oh my goodness, this is crazy, to, hey, I can handle it. What is like the craziest, like, whoa, stepping into a Power Four?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been playing since day one, I
Yeah.
mean, stepping into that must have been like, oh my,
No, yeah. I was shocked myself. I mean, obviously I feel like I have a pretty big role on this team right now.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
um since game 1, obviously I wasn't really like in it how I am now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
say, because like I was still learning how to play. It was when I first played, it was fast, and I'm just like, slow down, or like,
yeah, yes.
Well, and then probably a little bit of the transition was, I know some of your interviews I'd seen in high school. You got double teamed a lot, so you went from getting double teamed and probably
right,
being one of the taller players to all of a sudden
exactly.
you're like, oh, I'm not getting double teamed, but now I'm going up against a 6'7".
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I got to adjust my game.
Exactly.
So that's probably obviously a huge adjustment.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's got to be crazy. And also, I mean, it's just got to be nuts going out there. I mean, just that jump.
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, and playing 25-year-olds, that's,
Well, yeah.
that's, I mean, you made 19, you're 19
I'm
already.
19.
Yeah. So in 6 years, that's a big difference. That's
Yeah.
a big difference. And we, kind of touched on this a little bit, but I mean, the first time when there's a decent crowd, for us, over 4 grand in there in the Coliseum. What was that like going out there? I mean, you're coming up in the explosion of the sport you played. What's that feel like? You can see the popularity growing, and we've gotten so many national games this year. What's that like coming up through that?
Exactly. It's just been exciting. Like every game, I just feel excited to play, cause like especially home, the crowds we have be crazy, and it's just like when we played Pitt, I was like, What? It was crazy. I swear.
when we sung Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline hits different now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love it.
You'll never listen to that song again, huh? The same way, huh? But I mean, can you tell as a player just the increase in just not only fans here locally, I mean nationwide?
Yeah.
You know, you can see it.
I can see it, and it's crazy. I mean, a couple years ago, people didn't really care about women's sports,
Yeah.
and it's just like we've grown a lot, and I love that for us because it's like,
Yeah.
I personally think it's a better product.
Yeah, I do too.
I talked this about with my my friends my age, and they're like, telling you, it's a better product.
Yeah, it is.
I just think it is.
Yeah.
It's a different game than watching the men play, but I think it's a better product.
Exactly.
All right. Now, I don't, for those of you that, well, you won't know, but we're recording this on Monday, the day after the TCU game. So I've got to ask a question about it. I mean, it was a tough loss. It was a tough loss. What, and you guys had to practice today. You've already informed us, you're going over some stuff. So what lessons are you guys as a team trying to learn from that loss?
I mean, we kind of got like this thing going on with us in road games. So we trying to figure it out as we go on. But like,
what are you guys, 3-5 now or something like that? I think.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we gonna lose, stuff gonna happen, but I just think we gotta learn from each game, and I just want us to like see how we can fix it and like
let's figure it out.
Right,
Let's figure it out, man.
So how was it for you? I mean, this is the first time you've ever experienced. You're jumping on a plane, you're flying across the country, you know what I mean, staying in hotel, and then sometimes you stay there for a week, and you probably switch hotels, and I mean, is that a lot of it? It's just of course, I mean, there's players that have been doing that for a long time, for several years, I guess, but it's just got to be hard to not be home.
Right, it is, yeah. I mean, for me, it's weird. I've never experienced being on the road for like a week, playing 2 games and stuff like that, flying in the PJs or whatever.
Yeah, I see some of those photos of you guys getting on the plane. You guys are dressed for comfort. You guys are definitely
carrying a lot of stuff, a lot of neck pillows, a lot of stuff. You always got stuff. I don't know what you have, but it's stuff.
It is. It's fun though. I like it.
It's almost like an extended slumber party kind of, isn't it?
It is. I mean, but it ain't nothing like your own bed. So.
No. All right. So, like I said, we had Kayla Scott on here, and she kind of organized you guys on the road. So she says the players always bunk up. Do you bunk up with the same person every time?
Nah.
You don't?
Nah. We switch it up every now and then. Sometimes I get the same person, but we switch it up.
Yeah. They don't let favorites play. They make you guys stay with everybody.
Yeah.
That's good. Coming up, I mean, it's right around the corner, and I know that got a couple games played. The Utah game is huge. The Utah game's coming up. That'll get us. We win that, we're the 5th seed.
Right.
Guaranteed. Chance still for a 4 seed if Oak State blows their last 2 games, but we're 5th seed for certain. Yes, we got 2 games up, but your first Big 12 tourney and, NCAA tournament is coming up. I mean, don't look ahead, but I mean, you're going to be experiencing something extremely unique that you've probably thought about for a long time just here in a week and a half. I mean, have you put any thought into that at all? I know you shouldn't look that ahead, but come on, you go ahead and say a little bit,
I call my mom every day and she's like, I can't believe you are about to play in March. And it's like, I remember literally a year ago from today watching
WVU.
Right. Playing, and like it's just like I'm here. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
And I'm actually playing. So it's like I want to do big things with this team my first year. So I mean, I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
well, you've already done big things. You've been impressive this year.
Yeah. I just see nothing else but great things from you coming up. Like you said, the more you fit in, the more you understand, the more the game slows down.
Right.
I mean, you're just going to get on it. We talked about that at the K-State game too, or the TCU game. You got hit in the mouth and saw a little fire in your eye there when that happened. You're like, you didn't quite like that too much, I don't think. But in this conference, that's kind of.
Yeah, I was going to say, the past 2 games I didn't play, I've been getting beat up or we either going back and forth. So it's like, hey.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I must admit the refs were letting you guys go these last couple games.
They have.
Yeah, and as a fan, I must admit I kind of like that.
I like it myself.
Yeah.
You like to play a little physical?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point where you got to call something.
Well, yeah, you got to call. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. If my lip is bleeding, there should be a whistle being blown.
Man, it was crazy. But it's a part of the game, so it's fun.
Yeah. Shelly we were sitting there on the couch, and I was like, I give out these big yells once in a while.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for me. I can't imagine what it'd be like out there. Oh, and one question. This is Shelly's question. All right. Now, when you're playing at TCU, is it as annoying to play on that court as it is for us to watch you play on that court?
Oh,
Can you tell all those crazy designs, or is it just us at an angle?
No, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I feel like I couldn't see sometimes.
Getting seasick out there. It's like the court's moving.
It was crazy, and then the lighting made it even worse. It's just like, ew.
They make a purple hue to everything, don't they? Yeah.
I don't know who designed that court, but
yeah, they should be taken out and I don't know, something done to them.
Yeah.
Fired potentially. Somebody in marketing should get canned
Get rid
of that. All right. Well, JT, we super appreciate you having here. We look forward to the next 2 regular season games you dominate, and then into the tournaments. So thank you for coming.
And I got.
Oh, wait.
Question.
He has this super crazy.
It's not super crazy,
but his unique question.
You might be the first person that I've met that actually has their own bobblehead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got a bobblehead. So my question is, was there only one made, and where does it sit?
There is only one copy, and it's back at home.
Yeah.
With my mom. She wouldn't let me take it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
But yeah, it's only one.
So how did you get it? How'd you get the bobblehead?
I don't even know. They just contacted me and was like, "We have a bobblehead for you."
Yeah, it was like an MVP, some sort of a promotion. Or, I don't know. I haven't seen the interview. You came on a local. I don't know if it's a local news.
Yeah, it was the news channel.
And
Shane's doing his research. How about that?
I forgot about that. What kind of crazy questions you gonna ask?
It was an easy one.
It was an easy one, not that crazy.
Yeah, not that crazy.
Now you can remember. Hey, Mom, I want that bobblehead. Dang it! You guys remind me about that.
Her after this.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks again, JT, for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, JT. We appreciate you coming. Great guest.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, the great young woman. Like I said, she's going to. It seems like she's really ready to put in some work for us. Represent Mountaineer Nation proudly.
Can only imagine what kind of adjustment she's had to go through, coming from Texas to here.
Yeah.
Year, getting thrown into games, and
But man, she was sitting there saying, I'm ready to do it, man. I want to make a contribution this year. I don't want to just be. No, she definitely has. Like she said, she's been down there battling, bruising.
Yeah.
Well, before we start looking back and stuff, talking basketball, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Carpenter Marty Transportation. They can perform traffic impact studies along with roadway and bridge improvements. Located in Charleston, West Virginia. Visit cmtran.com or call 304-989-3680. That's cmtran.com or call 304-989-3680 for more information. All right. Thank you, Carpenter Marty Transportation. We appreciate you and all you do, allowing us to get people like JT here so we can talk to them and let people see who they really are.
Yep.
Looking back on TCU, Shane, we got to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have to. Yeah. Obviously, we would have liked different results.
Yeah.
A different result, I guess. I mean, honestly, I don't. You might not agree with this, but I don't think we really played bad as much as we just didn't make shots.
Yeah, it was awful. That was the worst part. Interior, man, was crazy. I mean, our drive to the buckets weren't obviously. I mean, there was no threat of them putting a shot up because every time they did, it was getting.
Yeah, Prince definitely. I think she had
She was
7
huge.
blocks or something in that game.
Yeah, she was a factor. She was a factor in the paint. Now, we saw her last year here, but it was right after an injury. Now, I remember her being that tall, but I mean, she really didn't have much of an output. I mean, they were so injured last year, you know.
Yeah. What a turnaround.
Yeah, what's her
What a
name
turnaround.
from LSU? What's her name again?
Van Lith.
Yeah. She impressed me. I'll tell you that. That kid is good at playing basketball. She's very good. And I brought it up with J2. I mean, Prince is 25 years old, you know, and
she's
being 19 years old, I mean, that's a huge difference, just maturity wise, not only mentally, but physically even, you know, and just, you know, there's just a difference. There's just a difference. But she's got some red shirts, you know, Prince, but I'm telling you what, man, they looked, I thought, boy, they're peaking the right time, I think, TCU.
No, they did look good.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
Yeah, they looked a lot better than Texas did, I thought. I think, and I remember talking to Coach Grayson at the beginning of the year. I mean, we were like 2 games into the season. I think it was after she was here on the podcast, and she was saying, I just can't believe that they're not ranked. You know, TCU, oh boy, they're good. And I was like, what? Well, I mean, you know, they weren't ranked at all, and now I think they are. Whew.
I mean, they went from last year walking around campus saying, have you ever played basketball before?
Yeah.
You're kind of tall. Can you play? You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think they picked up like somebody off the volleyball team and basically threw a team together to even compete last year.
Yeah. And from that to this, it's amazing turnaround. It's amazing turnaround.
That's the world we live in with the, I guess, the transfer portal and money. Yeah.
And I don't want to collar gun for hire, you know, but my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming a place.
She was good for the money. But with that loss, it pretty much keeps us out of the top 4 unless Oak State loses twice, which I don't think they're going to do. And we beat Utah on Wednesday, and we are pretty much guaranteed the 5th seed.
Yeah.
In the Big 12 tourney. That is. And Utah, I mean, it's not a guaranteed win against Utah. They're a good team. But I mean, we're going for undefeated at the Coliseum too, so that's got to be a huge motivator. And as JT was saying, man, it just gets crazy in there. You know, she was like, "Wow, you know, people get fired up."
And if there's ever a game we need people at, show up.
Yeah, we need it. We need this win. Especially with I believe her name is Gianna Neepkins. She's a baller out there, Utah, 6-foot guard. She's shooting dang near 7 3-pointers a game and making half of them. Believe she's averaging 20 points. She's the 3rd leading rebounder. She's a baller, man. She is a baller.
Yeah, they haven't seen the press yet. So.
They haven't. Interestingly enough, looking at it, they didn't lose to Colorado. But see, I mean, that's just a difference. I wanted to bring that up with JT as well, was I mean, how differently they played at Colorado versus playing here. You know, I mean, God, I mean, it was so tight at Colorado, and then we blow them out by 30 here. You know, it's just we're so different at home. We're so different, and that's what we need to change. As she brought up.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, if you look, it's just not us. I mean, most teams just don't play as well away.
Yeah, what are we?
I mean,
what
it's
are we on the road? Here we are.
Travel.
We are 3-5 on the road. So we got one more. We're not going to finish 500. You know, I mean, I figured that was his least goal they probably had. It was like, let's finish 500 on the road.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to get it.
Yeah, and we gave up some bad ones, if we're being honest.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, too. Those bad ones are what's haunted. That Colorado game and the Arizona game. Those two.
Now.
Oh, yeah. We would definitely be in the top 4. We would have 3 losses right now. And there really wouldn't be a way we would drop out of the top 4 for those 2 BS games against teams that quite honestly are mid-tier teams, you know, and we just didn't. They're coming back on us. That's all.
We do got one more road game with Cincinnati. I mean, clearly, I think we're a better team than them, and it's not quite the same travel. I assume they'll probably fly there.
That's something else I wanted to ask JT, if they're busing or flying.
Yeah, I would assume they'll fly there. I mean, you're there in what,
an hour,
if that. You know what I mean?
It'd take you longer to check your baggage than it does to
wheels
fly
up,
there.
wheels down kind of thing.
Yep.
Short bus ride.
No, they're definitely not staying the night.
No, I think it'll be an up and back. I don't know what time the game. It's I feel like it's 2:00 game. So
I think so. You're going?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Yeah, I've got the on-call phone, so I can't go for my job. And that very enthusiastic fan we met after the Kansas State game, she's going to. She made sure she informed me multiple times. I can't remember her name. The ones that was sitting in the corner that wanted to come and be on the podcast, and we decided.
I forgot about them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but they'll definitely be there, and I guarantee the ladies will hear those fans. But we had a good time with them too. They were good peoples.
Yeah. It's kind of it's crazy. One last home game and 2 games left in the regular season. Man, it was
fast.
Went by pretty fast. Enjoyed every minute of it. But
I did. Heartbreakers. I mean, I just enjoy the competition, and I love watching the young ladies play and represent us. They do a great job.
Yeah.
Gosh, we got one more podcast, probably be a wrap up of the final 2 games and preview the tourney. We'll have our final seed in, and
I mean, we might have a couple more.
We'll have some more after that. I mean, I anticipate some actual short broadcasts from the Big 12 tournament this year. So
hope to make that happen.
Yeah, we've hired a cameraman and a sound man to be there with us.
There you go.
Yep. So they should be there to give us top-notch quality stuff.
There you go.
Top-notch quality video production for you, our fans.
Definitely. I mean, I don't think we'll do it all year, but I'd like to do a couple more postseason. Maybe try to get Coach Kellogg on, do a wrap up.
We'll see. We're also floating the idea of doing a live broadcast, so maybe some of our 60 dedicated viewers can come down here in the basement and hang out with us. And
yeah, we talk a lot, but we also, I mean, we talked about doing a podcast, and we're doing it, so we do follow through sometimes.
Yeah. Usually when some sort of debauchery is involved, we're getting that task done. All right. Well, before we go, let's give a shout out to our title sponsor one more time, Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical service contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. Thank you, Tri-County. Thank you for everything you've done for us this year. Anything, big shout outs you want to give there, Shane, for?
No, disappointed but excited. Disappointed that we got only two games left, only one home game, but
Excited postseason
excited
coming.
for postseason.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
I think we can make some waves. Really do.
Yep, me too. Well, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for us. For JT, Jordan Thomas, Shane Terrell, I'm Chad Adkins. Until next time, we'll see you at the Coliseum.